Margaret thought she was making smart choices. A new recliner for comfort, a high-tech coffee maker for convenience, and even a sleek vacuum to make cleaning easier. But instead of simplifying her life, these purchases became more trouble than they were worth. Too bulky? Too complicated? Too much hassle. She's not alone. Many seniors buy things that seem helpful at first, but quickly turn into regretful mistakes. Cluttering the home, wasting money, or making daily life harder instead of easier. So before you fall for another must-have product, let's take a closer look at 10 home items that seniors over 70 often regret buying. Starting with the first one. 1. Complicated high-tech appliances. Margaret still remembered the day she bought her sleek, high-tech microwave. The salesman had raved about sensor cooking, voice controls, and Wi-Fi connectivity, as if she needed her microwave to chat with her phone. But in that moment, it sounded modern, futuristic, practical. Except it wasn't. The first time she tried to reheat her tea, she accidentally set it to defrost mode. The next time, she somehow triggered a setting that required a smartphone app to warm up leftovers. And let's not even talk about the time she locked the controls and spent an entire afternoon reading the manual just to figure out how to turn the darn thing back on. Margaret quickly realized something. Sometimes simple is better. Many seniors fall into the trap of buying appliances that promise efficiency and convenience, but end up being frustratingly complex. From touchscreen coffee makers that require an engineering degree to operate, to smart fridges that send reminders to your phone, but forget to just keep things cold. These high-tech gadgets often create more problems than they solve. In the end, she returned her high-tech microwave and replaced it with a simple, no-frills version. One with 2 knobs, one for time, one for power. No apps, no settings she'd never use. Just heat and go. And let me tell you, her tea has never been warmer. Second, oversized recliners. And bulky furniture. Margaret had always dreamed of the perfect recliner. Something plush, oversized, and deep enough to sink into after a long day. So when she found a massive, cushiony chair at a furniture store, she thought, why not? She brought it home, plopped down with a satisfied sigh, and then realized she was stuck. It was too low, too deep, and impossible to get out of gracefully. Every time she tried to stand up, she had to do an awkward rocking maneuver, gripping the armrest like a gymnast attempting a vault. And the worst part? It took up half the living room. That's when she noticed a pattern. So many seniors buy oversized furniture, thinking it'll be luxurious and cozy, only to regret it later. Recliners that are too deep make it hard to get up. Couches that look plush but have no support leave you feeling sore. Heavy furniture is nearly impossible to move, making simple tasks like vacuuming a major ordeal. Margaret decided she'd had enough. She replaced her bulky recliner with a smaller, firmer, and more supportive chair, one that looked just as inviting, but actually let her stand up without a struggle. The moment it arrived, she knew she had made the right choice. No more fighting to get out of a chair. No more rearranging the whole room just to fit one oversized piece of furniture. Because in the end, a home isn't meant to feel like a showroom. It's meant to work for you. 3. Trendy decor items that don't age. Well, Margaret had always loved decorating. Over the years, she'd collected ceramic roosters, farmhouse signs, and statement rugs, all things that were in style at the time. But one day, as she looked around her living room, she realized something. Her home didn't feel like her anymore. Instead, it felt like a time capsule of past trends. There was the Live, Laugh, Love sign that once felt charming, but now felt tired. The bold, geometric rug that seemed fashionable 5 years ago, but now just clashed with everything else. And don't even get her started on the wall of mismatched picture frames that look like a Pinterest project gone wrong. That's when she understood. Trendy decor is fun in the moment, but it rarely stands the test of time. She made a decision. Instead of filling her home with whatever was currently popular, she would choose classic, timeless pieces that truly reflected her personality. She swapped out the loud, patterned rug for a simple, neutral one. She replaced trendy artwork with personal pieces that made her smile. And slowly, her home transformed, not into something that looked like a magazine, but into a space that felt calm, cozy, and completely her. Because at the end of the day, a home should be a reflection of the person living in it, not a passing trend. 4. Heavy vacuum cleaners that are more work than they're worth. Margaret used to love her big, powerful vacuum. It promised deep cleaning, maximum suction, and a million different attachments for every type of floor. When she first bought it, she felt like she was making a wise investment. After all, a clean home was a happy home, right? But the first time she tried to carry it up the stairs, she nearly threw her back out. The vacuum was so heavy and bulky that maneuvering it around furniture was like wrestling a small elephant. Every time she had to haul it out of the closet, she sighed, wondering if a little dust was really that bad. That's when it hit her. The best cleaning tool is the one you actually want to use. A vacuum that's too heavy or complicated? That's not helping. It's just another source of frustration. So she ditched the bulky vacuum and switched to a lightweight cordless model. And just like that, cleaning became effortless again. No more struggling with a monster of a machine. No more tripping over a 20-foot-long cord. Just quick, easy cleanups whenever she needed. Because let's be real, keeping a tidy home should feel simple, not like a full-body workout. 5. Exercise equipment that turns into a dust collector. Margaret had big dreams when she bought her stationary bike. She imagined herself pedaling every morning, sipping on a green smoothie, feeling strong and energized. It was going to be the start of a whole new fitness routine. Fast forward 6 months. The only thing getting a workout was the pile of laundry sitting on the bike seat. At first, she felt guilty every time she walked past it. She had spent good money on this thing. But the reality? It wasn't bringing her joy. It was just taking up space. And she wasn't alone. So many seniors buy treadmills, weights, and fancy gym equipment with the best intentions, only to find that they never actually use them. So Margaret changed her approach. Instead of big, bulky machines that took up half her living room, she opted for simple, practical alternatives, like resistance bands and light hand weights that fit neatly in a drawer. She found a fun walking group instead of forcing herself onto a treadmill. And you know what? She was moving more than ever, without the guilt of an unused machine staring her down. Because fitness shouldn't feel like a chore. It should fit into your life, not take over your space. 6. Gimmicky, kitchen gadgets that seem useful. But Margaret had always been a sucker for kitchen gadgets. The TV commercials made them look so easy, so convenient, chopping, slicing, dicing, juicing, all in one smooth motion. But in reality, half of them sat untouched in her kitchen drawers. Because here's the thing, if a gadget isn't easier than just using a knife or a spoon, it's not worth it. The problem wasn't just that they took up space. It was that they added extra steps instead of saving time. Instead of grabbing a knife to chop an onion, she had to find the gadget, assemble it, use it, and then spend 10 minutes cleaning it afterward. One day, she had enough. She did a brutal kitchen audit. If she hadn't used it in 6 months, it was gone. She kept her trusty knife, her favorite cutting board, and a handful of truly useful tools. But everything else? Off to donation. And suddenly, cooking felt simple again, Because a clutter-free kitchen isn't about having the most gadgets. It's about having the right ones. 7. Difficult to clean upholstery or rugs. Margaret had always admired those luxurious white fabric couches in magazines. They looked so elegant, so pristine, like something straight out of a designer's dream. So when she found one on sale, she thought, why not? It would brighten up the living room, give it that fresh, modern look. Fast forward 6 months, and that beautiful couch. It was a nightmare. The fabric soaked up every little spill like a sponge. Dust settled into the fibers, and no matter how much she vacuumed, it never felt truly clean. One accidental coffee spill, and suddenly she was Googling how to remove stains from upholstery instead of actually enjoying her morning. She realized she had made a common mistake, choosing style over practicality. Many seniors buy light-colored or high-maintenance furniture, thinking it'll elevate their space, only to find out it requires constant upkeep. And rugs? Don't even get her started. The fancy, shaggy one she bought looked gorgeous for about 2 weeks before it turned into a dust and pet hair magnet. So Margaret made a change. She swapped her high-maintenance couch for one with easy-to-clean fabric, something she could wipe down in seconds. She replaced her hard-to-vacuum rug with a low-pile version that didn't trap dirt. And let me tell you, the difference was immediate. No more frustration, no more constant cleaning, just a home that looked great without the hassle. Because let's be real, your furniture should work for you, not the other way around. 8. Cheap storage bins that don't stack. Well, Margaret had big dreams of an organized home. She imagined her closets neatly arranged, everything labeled, stacked, and tucked away just right. So she did what many people do. She went out and bought a ton of cheap plastic storage bins. At first, it felt like a great idea. She sorted everything into categories: holiday decorations, old photo albums, winter clothes, extra blankets. But the problem? These bins were flimsy and worse. They didn't stack properly. Every time she needed something from the bottom bin, she had to unstack the entire tower, making a huge mess in the process. It didn't take long for the whole system to fall apart. Instead of feeling organized, she found herself digging through mismatched bins and knocking things over just to find one item. And she wasn't alone. So many seniors invest in cheap storage solutions, thinking they'll help, but in reality, they just create more frustration. So Margaret decided to upgrade. She replaced the cheap, flimsy bins with durable, stackable ones, the kind that slid open without having to move an entire pile. She labeled everything properly, making it easy to find what she needed, and suddenly, storage became simple again, because organizing isn't about buying more containers. It's about choosing the right ones. 9. Low-sitting or high-profile beds that are a struggle. Margaret never thought getting into bed would become a problem. But one night, as she struggled to pull herself up from her low-profile mattress, she realized her bed was working against her. When she first bought it, she had gone for a sleek, modern look, a bed that sat low to the ground, giving her room a minimalist feel. But what she didn't consider? Getting in and out of it wasn't as easy as it used to be. Each morning, she had to hoist herself up, gripping the nightstand for balance. And some nights, she felt like she was sinking into quicksand. On the flip side, her friend Alice had the opposite issue. She had purchased one of those ultra-high pillow-top beds, thinking it would be the height of luxury. But instead of feeling like a queen, she felt like she needed a step stool just to climb in. The lesson? Bed height matters. Margaret finally switched to a medium-height bed, one that let her sit down and stand up with ease. No struggling, no awkward maneuvers, just a bed that worked for her, not against her. Because comfort isn't just about how soft a mattress is, it's about making sure your bed actually supports you. 10. slippery bathroom rugs, and mats that create more danger than comfort. Margaret always believed in making her home feel warm and welcoming, even in the bathroom. So when she came across a set of fluffy, plush bathroom rugs, she thought, why not add a little luxury? At first, they felt soft underfoot, cozy, even spa-like. But then, one morning, as she stepped out of the shower, her foot slid just an inch too far. Her heart jumped into her throat. She caught herself on the counter, just barely. That's when she realized these rugs weren't cozy. They were dangerous. She started paying attention and noticed a pattern. So many seniors keep slippery, unsecured rugs in their homes, thinking they add comfort, when really, they're just an accident waiting to happen. She didn't want to give up warmth underfoot, but she refused to risk another near fall. So she swapped out the flimsy, decorative rugs for non-slip, rubber-backed mats, the kind that stayed put no matter what. And you know what? It made all the difference. No more anxiety about stepping out of the shower. No more near misses in the middle of the night. Just a home that felt both safe and comfortable. Because at this stage in life, your home should be a place of peace, not a place of hidden hazards. You know what feels better than a shopping spree? Not regretting what you buy. A clutter-free, stress-free home isn't about having more stuff. It's about having the right stuff. So tell me, what's the worst home purchase you've ever made? Spill the tea in the comments, and let's laugh or cry about it together.